In the dazzling galaxy of Chinese entertainment, few constellations shine as brightly as Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Their names are whispered with awe, shouted with devotion, and written in the same sentence so often that they have become a cultural phenomenon. Two souls that orbit the same star but burn with entirely different fires. Picture a studio bathed in golden light. The hum of cameras, the quiet shuffle of the crew, the faint echo of rehearsed lines. In one corner, Xiao Zhan sits calmly, a soft smile resting on his lips, his eyes tracing the script as though he's reading a poem rather than preparing for a take. In another, Wang Yibo moves restlessly, spinning a pen between his fingers, headphones hanging loosely around his neck. He's the kind of person whose energy cannot be contained by four walls. Quiet, yes, but electric beneath the surface. Their story began long before The Untamed, but it was that series that fused their names into legend. The chemistry that leapt from the screen wasn't just acting, it was the clash and harmony of two completely different spirits, Xiao Zhan's warmth against Wang Yibo's cool precision, the sunrise meeting the storm. When the cameras roll, Xiao Zhan transforms. The gentleness in his voice carries weight, like silk wrapped around steel. Every line he delivers feels personal, carved from emotion rather than memorized. He's meticulous, thoughtful, a perfectionist who can redo a single scene dozens of times until it feels right. Off camera, he listens more than he speaks, often nodding, smiling, and encouraging others. There's something disarmingly human about him, an aura of grace that makes even silence feel comforting. Wang Yibo, on the other hand, approaches performance like a racer approaches the track. Focused. Sharp. No wasted motion. His charisma is born from control, the ability to channel intensity into precision. He doesn't linger on lines. He slices through them with quiet confidence. People mistake his reserve for coldness, but it's not that. It's the language of someone who feels deeply but reveals selectively, a man who lets his actions speak where words might falter. Behind the scenes of The Untamed, their differences became the heartbeat of the set. Xiao Zhan was the one cracking jokes with the crew, his laughter contagious, the tension melting wherever he went. Wang Yibo often stood a few steps back, observing, absorbing. Then, when the camera light blinked red, they connected like two sides of a magnet, the playful warmth of Wei Wuxian and the stoic fire of Lan Wangji merging seamlessly into a story that would consume millions of hearts across continents. But their personalities continued to evolve long after the curtain fell. Xiao Zhan, with his painter's soul and designer's eye, poured emotion into every song, every role. His interviews are soft yet striking, his words chosen like brushstrokes on rice paper. He speaks of gratitude, of resilience, of learning to rise without bitterness. There's a quiet fire in him, one that refuses to burn others even when the world throws shadows his way. Wang Yibo, meanwhile, races, literally and figuratively. Whether it's motorcycles, dance, or acting, he's driven by challenge. The need to master, to push, to move. He's the man who finds peace in speed, whose silence is filled with motion. His fans know that under his stoic exterior lies a boy who laughs unexpectedly, who grins when he wins a race, who gets lost in music until the world disappears. His aura is that of the untamed wind, invisible, unstoppable, free. If Xiao Zhan is a canvas brushed with sunlight, Wang Yibo is the storm that gives that sunlight depth. Together, they form a contrast so vivid it feels almost poetic. Xiao Zhan's empathy invites the world in, Wang Yibo's mystery keeps it guessing. When they stand side by side, you see the equilibrium of yin and yang, the perfect balance between emotion and restraint. One unforgettable moment that fans still talk about happened during a concert appearance. Xiao Zhan, dressed in white, greeted the crowd with open arms, his voice gentle yet commanding. Wang Yibo, in sleek black, entered with quiet confidence, saying little, but the air around him seemed to pulse. When they stood together under the lights, it wasn't about who spoke more or smiled brighter. It was about presence. Two completely different energies merging into a single, breathtaking frame. Their friendship, or perhaps more accurately, their understanding, defies easy description. They're not the kind of duo that needs constant words. Sometimes, Xiao Zhan glances at Yibo mid-interview, and Yibo's subtle smirk answers volumes. It's a rare kind of connection, one built not on similarity, but on respect for difference. They do not mirror each other, they complete each other's narrative. When you peel back the layers, you find two artists shaped by very different origins. Xiao Zhan, once a graphic designer, carries an artist's sensibility into everything he does. His world is full of feeling, the way colors blend, how light hits a subject, how a story breathes. Wang Yibo, trained in the fierce discipline of dance and performance, is the embodiment of movement and momentum. His artistry lies in his precision, his ability to turn motion into meaning. And yet, both share a rare dedication, an almost sacred loyalty to craft. Xiao Zhan spends nights perfecting the emotional nuance of a line. Wang Yibo spends them drilling choreography until his body remembers what his mind cannot. They are both dreamers, but their dreams are built differently. Xiao Zhan dreams through empathy, Wang Yibo through endurance. Imagine them on opposite ends of a rehearsal hall. Xiao Zhan, headphones on, rehearses softly under his breath, fingers tracing invisible patterns in the air as if painting his emotions. Wang Yibo stretches silently, his gaze fixed on the mirror, every muscle aligned, every breath controlled. They do not interrupt each other, they don't have to. When they finally meet in the middle, something wordless passes between them. Recognition. Mutual respect. That unspoken. Let's make this moment unforgettable. It's that shared passion that continues to fuel their individual paths. Xiao Zhan's performances feel like poetry, every glance, every tone, carrying the ache of human experience. Wang Yibo's are kinetic symphonies, a masterclass in subtlety, in how control can sometimes be more emotional than chaos. Offstage, their personalities continue to surprise. Xiao Zhan's kindness isn't performative, it's instinctive. He thanks staff members by name, takes photos with fans politely, and treats fame as a responsibility rather than a crown. His laughter, often soft and sudden, can change the mood of a room. Wang Yibo's warmth is quieter, but no less real. He may not express much verbally, but he shows care through action, a supportive message, a small gesture, a helping hand when no one is looking. Their differences also extend to how they navigate fame. Xiao Zhan, ever the idealist, leans toward reflection and gratitude, finding meaning in art and connection. Wang Yibo, the pragmatist, focuses on discipline and growth, treating fame as a byproduct of skill rather than the goal itself. Yet in both, you sense the same. The lights dim, the studio hushes, and once again, two figures stand at the center of the stage, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. The cameras haven't started rolling yet, but already, you can feel it, that quiet electricity in the air that always seems to follow them. On one side, Xiao Zhan adjusts his microphone gently, thanking the crew with that calm, radiant smile that could melt any tension. He leans forward when people talk to him, listens intently, eyes warm with genuine curiosity. He's not just present, he belongs wherever he stands. His voice carries softness, but his presence commands attention. On the other side, Wang Yibo stands tall, expression unreadable, yet his aura fills the room. He doesn't speak much, he doesn't need to. His silence has gravity. Every move he makes feels deliberate, measured, confident. His gaze is steady, his posture perfect, and his cool composure speaks louder than any introduction. It's a study in contrast, like water meeting steel, like sunlight touching ice. Both beautiful, both powerful, both unforgettable. When you watch Xiao Zhan, you see emotion in motion. He's expressive even in stillness, a living painting. His hands move gently as he talks, his laughter bubbles up easily, and his eyes tell entire stories. There's a kindness about him that disarms people, the kind that makes even the hardest heart soften. Wang Yibo, however, is mystery incarnate. He keeps people guessing, a closed book that only reveals one page at a time. He's quiet in interviews, but when he finally speaks, the whole room leans in. Every word sounds intentional, a thought distilled to its purest form. He's the type who observes first, acts later, and always leaves people wanting to know more. One evening during a late-night recording, the contrast between them became a perfect scene of their dynamic. The crew had been working for hours, fatigue setting in. Xiao Zhan noticed one of the assistants yawning and quietly slipped over to help carry props. "You've been working hard," he said with that gentle smile, his voice soft enough to heal tired souls. Meanwhile, Wang Yibo sat nearby, tapping a rhythm on his thigh, lost in thought. When the music director mentioned a technical issue, Yibo immediately got up, tested the audio himself, adjusted the setting, and nodded. He didn't say much, just gave a quick thumbs up. The issue? Fixed. Efficiency over conversation. That's his way. Two different methods, one shared result. Things get better when they're around. Their personalities are like opposite notes that create perfect harmony when played together. Xiao Zhan is the melody, emotional, fluid, full of feeling. Wang Yibo is the rhythm, steady, sharp, unwavering. Without one, the other would lose meaning. Together, they make the kind of music that lingers long after the final note fades. During interviews, you can often see the spark of their difference. The host cracks a joke. Xiao Zhan laughs instantly, his whole face lighting up like morning sun. Wang Yibo glances sideways, lips curving into a subtle half-smile. That rare, priceless expression fans treasure. Xiao Zhan leans forward to respond, poetic and sincere. Yibo follows with a few concise words that somehow hit just as hard. It's not just personality, it's chemistry built on respect. And that respect shines through in how they talk about their craft. Xiao Zhan often describes acting as feeling the heartbeat of a story, while Wang Yibo calls it precision and discipline. Two philosophies, both valid, both necessary. Xiao Zhan dives deep into emotion. Wang Yibo perfects the form. Together, they represent the dual essence of true artistry. Behind closed doors, their personalities unfold in even more striking ways. Crew members recall how Xiao Zhan stays back after long rehearsals, gently helping younger actors refine their delivery. "You don't have to be perfect," he tells them. "You just have to be real." His mentorship comes with warmth, never pressure. Wang Yibo, meanwhile, shows his care differently. He won't lecture, he'll demonstrate. If a dancer struggles with a move, he steps in silently, executes it flawlessly, then nods for them to try again. No words, no praise, just the quiet assurance that he believes they can do it. His leadership is action-based, firm but kind. One particular rehearsal painted their personalities vividly. The set was cold, the lights harsh. Xiao Zhan wrapped his coat around a shivering crew member without saying a word and went back to work in just his costume. Yibo noticed, and a few minutes later, silently handed over a thermos of hot tea. He didn't announce it. He just placed it on the table beside Xiao Zhan and walked away. That's them in a nutshell. Xiao Zhan expresses care through warmth, Wang Yibo through deeds. Both deeply human. Both profoundly real. Their personalities even reflect in their styles. Xiao Zhan, ever the artist, gravitates toward elegance and grace, soft tones, effortless charisma, that poetic aura of calm. Wang Yibo prefers edge and energy, sleek lines, modern cuts, a touch of rebellion. When they appear together, it's as if classic meets contemporary, emotion meets motion. The fascinating part is how their differences don't divide them, they define them. Where Xiao Zhan invites the world in, Wang Yibo challenges it. Where one offers comfort, the other inspires drive. Where one teaches us to feel, the other teaches us to focus. And that's why fans can't look away. Because watching them isn't just entertainment, it's balance in human form. Think of that iconic moment backstage during a live event. Xiao Zhan is smiling, greeting everyone, his laughter echoing softly. Wang Yibo stands a few steps behind, arms crossed, watching silently but attentively. When it's time to go on stage, Yibo glances over and mutters, "You ready?" Xiao Zhan nods, eyes sparkling. And just like that, the air shifts, two energies aligning into something magnetic. When the curtain rises, you don't see two individuals anymore. You see contrast turned into art. Xiao Zhan's expressive warmth draws the audience in. Wang Yibo's intensity keeps them breathless. They move differently, they speak differently, but together they ignite. That's the beauty of their personalities. They remind us that difference isn't conflict, it's color. Without contrast, art is flat. Without diversity, beauty fades. Xiao Zhan is the heart that feels. Wang Yibo is the will that endures. One flows, one stands firm, and both teach us something about passion, resilience, and authenticity. So when people talk about their different personalities, it's not just a comparison. It's a celebration of individuality, proof that even the most distinct souls can create harmony when purpose meets respect. And that's why, even years after their first collaboration, the world still can't get enough. Because Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo are not opposites. They are complements, the two halves of brilliance that make art unforgettable. Movie camera, if you enjoyed this deep dive into their personalities, the warmth of Xiao Zhan, the fire of Wang Yibo, and the magic in their differences, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with fellow fans, and comment below about which personality inspires you more.